देवे राधर भागिनी श्याम सुहागिनी सव सखी गण प्राणा जाहरला बरी मंडप साजनी शिमणी मंदिर नामा निताय सुंदर योग पीठ धरे रत्न सिंहासन सेजे बसन नीताय भूषण नीताय विलास सखी रमाझे की कही भारा निताय सभारा अंकी मुखा सव अंगा निताय 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 नूतर रंगा निताय बलिया दुबाहु तुलिया चली बेव्रजेरा पूरे दास वृंदावन ए निवेदन निताय न छाड़ो मोरे हरि बोल
हरी बोल माता जी, such a beautiful singing, nice kirtan. हरी 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 बोल।
जय हो राधा रानी की जय हो। थैंक यू कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम एज कीर्तिदा सुंदरी।
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for singing. Very, very beautiful. Very, very nectarian. Hare Krishna Guru
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, welcoming all of you to the mid-morning japa session. I thank all of you for attending this session and giving your beautiful association. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. Let us move to our next part of the session, which is Sri Chaitanya, which is Sri Nectar of Devotion series. But before we start today, the chapter 4 of Nectar of Devotion, may I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Nitu Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much Mataji for joining consistently. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from Ashram, Virginia. Thank you, Sunil Prabhuji, for the beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation. And thank you, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for a very, very nectarian bhajan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much Mataji for joining and all glories to your services Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा यशोमती माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम टू यू एंड ऑल वैष्णवा। श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। वृंदा थैंक यू सुनील प्रभु, थैंक यू एच कीर्तिदा सुंदरी माता जी की जय हो। सुनील प्रभु बहुत अच्छा किया आपने, मीटर से आ जाएगा प्रैक्टिस से।
Hare Krishna Vranda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much Mataji for joining and giving your very, very beautiful association to us and very, very inspiring Mataji you are. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce? So, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa group. Before we start today's session, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, February 19. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the particular direction mentioned on the label of the medicine or as directed by the physician. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita also should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of the Bhagavad Gita is Lord Shri Krishna. New York, February 19, 1966. जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय. हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा. So, welcome again, all dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Devi Dasi Mataji on the topic of Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 4. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic of Nectar of Devotion. And Mataji, so beautifully you sang the bhajan. I really loved that bhajan. So keep continue all the time. I now hand over call to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Yashomati Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you for your wonderful association. Thank you for warmly welcoming everybody. Thank you, Sunil Prabhu, for the wonderful recitation. And thank you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Wish you a very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday. Okay, on that note, thank you, dear devotees, for joining us for your wonderful association. We'll get started with the Mangalacharan and then we'll go ahead. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखां वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमभद्रव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you once again for your wonderful association. So we will start with our nectar of devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Today is chapter number 4. Since we are doing chapter-wise summary, I'll stick to this one chapter only. But this one chapter is a very, very small chapter. So what we will do is we'll do a quick recap. Recap what we have done so far. I know this is not a certificate course, or this is not that you have to appear for some exam, but it's always good if we remember what we have learned so far, because for Gaudiyas, actually Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the real Veda, because this is such a nectar that will help us to progress in our spiritual life. So therefore, this is the most important literature in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, written by Srila Rupa Goswami, and we are also Rupanugas, and Prabhupada has very wonderfully commented on this. So it's good. I know it's not a certificate course, but it's good if we memorize or if we know what we have learned so far. So this time, recap will not be done by me. Recap will be done by all of you, right? So what we will do is I'll ask questions and maybe you can raise your hand. So in the very first session, we learned about the 4 divisions of this Sindhu, of this ocean. What are the 4 divisions? Yes, Kripa Maya Mataji. You unmuted. You want to say?
Sorry, Mataji.
Sorry, okay. Anybody else wants to say about the 4 divisions? What are the 4 divisions of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Yes, Sunil Prabhu.
East, West, North, South, 7 divisions.
It's good if we say in English, it's okay. But since this book is in Sanskrit, it's good if we connect to the Sanskrit version of it. That will be good.
Purva Lahiri.
No, it's Bhag. Right now we are not in Lahari. We are not in a Lahari.
Bhag.
Okay,
Right?
Purva Bhag.
Vibhag.
Yeah.
So Purva Vibhag.
Bija, Papam, Aprad, and Kuta.
4 divisions of this Sindhu. Somebody said east, west, north, south, which is right.
Purva,
But what
Pakshin,
it is
Uttar,
in the
Dakshin.
yeah, it's Purva Vibhag, then Dakshin, not Dakshin, rather it's Paschima Vibhag, then comes Uttar Vibhag, and finally comes the Dakshin Vibhag. Yes, Eastern Division, Western Division, Northern Division, and finally Southern Division. Right now we are in the Eastern Division. And in Eastern Division, we have 4 waves. What are those 4 waves? Anybody wants to say? Yes, Vasundhara Mataji. What are the 4 waves in Eastern Division?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. You're talking about the 4 subdivisions of the Bhakti, right? Samanya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti.
Excellent. So when we are in the Purva Vibhag, thank you Mataji, when we are in the Purva Vibhag of this Sindhu, then we then we come across rather these 4 laharis, these 4 waves which are there in the Purva Vibhag, in the Eastern Division. And Mataji rightly said it's Samanya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and finally Prema Bhakti. So we'll stick only to the Eastern Division. We'll not go further in other divisions. And then we saw Rupa Goswami explains about the perfect definition of Uttama Bhakti. What is the definition of Uttama Bhakti, Sudhakar Prabhu?
Krishna.
Yes, yes.
Jnana karmadhyanavrtam Krishnena.
Anukulyena
Krishna Anushilanam.
Bhakti Uttama.
Uttama.
Very nice. So that is the Uttama Bhakti. That also defines that this entire Sindhu is talking only about Uttama Bhakti. And it will not going to talk about any mixed Bhakti or any Mishrit Bhakti. Okay. Very nice. And then we saw certain characteristics of pure devotional service. So this time Sudhakar Prabhu can answer. What were the 6 characteristics of pure devotional service? Okay, Sudhakar Prabhu. No. Vasundhara Mataji?
Yeah. Kleshagni,
Ah,
Shubhada, Moksha Lagutakrit, Sudurlabha, Sandrananda, Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Akarshani.
excellent. So we have these 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. So in Samanya Bhakti, first 2 characteristics are manifested. That is Kleshagni and Shubhada. But then we go to Sadhana Bhakti, or you can say in Bhava Bhakti, we have Moksha Lagutakrit and Sudurlabha. And finally, when one reaches to the level of Prema, then all these 6 get manifested. So, first 2 are in Sadhana Bhakti. Then Moksha Lagutakrit and Sudurlabha, and along with Kleshagni and Shubhada, are seen in Bhava Bhakti. And finally, in Prema, we have all 6. But Kleshagni and Shubhada is also not received on a very first stage. So, which stage we are able to manifest these 2 characteristics of pure bhakti? On the stage of?
Nishtha.
On the stage of Nishtha. Before Nishtha, none of the characteristics is manifested. Okay, it's only at the stage of Nishtha that this first 2 characteristics, that is Kleshagni and Shubhada, gets manifested. Okay, then Yashamati Mataji has already said in Kleshagni, we remember how that's entire cycle of Papa, Bija, then Prarabdha, Prarabdha, Kutam, everything we discussed in detail. Of course, we'll not go in detail. And then, after talking all this, then comes our this sadhana bhakti, that is the second lahari. In that second lahari, we saw the definition of sadhana bhakti. Then we saw the definition of 3 types of uttama bhakti: sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, and prema bhakti. The definition of sadhana bhakti, I know you must not be able to remember, but if you can just say it in your own words, what is the definition of sadhana bhakti?
Executing with one's senses.
Executing with one's senses. Excellent. But does it end it there?
No, Mataji, it should lead us
No,
to
that has
Bhava
to
Bhakti. If it
lead
is
to
not leading to
Bhava
Bhava
Bhakti.
Bhakti, then
Otherwise,
it
no.
is Bhakti Anukshapati.
Yes, thank you, both of you. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sas sadhana abhida. So this has to be executed with our senses, but if it is not leading to bhava bhakti, then it is merely a bhakti unmukha sukriti. It is not the sadhana bhakti. It has to be done with our senses, but it should lead to bhava bhakti. And then how can we get this? Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridi sadhyata. This sadhana bhakti, this Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, it manifests by the representative of the Supreme Lord. So our spiritual masters, they carry this bhava and their bhav gets transferred to the disciple. Some eligible disciple who is definitely eligible to accept that bhav. So this sadhana bhakti, we say kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhav. It has to reach to the level of sadhana, to the bhava bhakti. But that bhava bhakti has to be given by the devotee of Krishna who possess that bhava. Okay, it is not artificially created. It is manifested by the Lord's energy. Very nice. You all were very attentive. Very nice. So then we saw 2 types of sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti and Raganuga sadhana. Very nice, Radhanuga. Raganuga. So Vaidhi sadhana bhakti is when we do devotional service following some rules, some regulation principles. But Raganuga sadhana bhakti, right now we have not talked in detail about it, but just one-liner sentence that Rupa Goswami gives is the spontaneous devotional service which is rendered out of some natural love and affection or attachment towards Lord Shri Krishna. Just one-liner was explained. And then now we are in the section of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. In Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, it is being explained that, okay, first we'll talk about what are the qualifications. Who is qualified for Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? You have covered this. Who is qualified? What is the eligibility?
Anyone who gets attracted to Krishna,
You.
Akarshana, the initial Akarshana, or anyone
No
anyone is
eligibility.
eligible.
Just one who takes.
Those who has sufficient sukruti, they
Mhm.
can get attracted to
No.
Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead, Anita
No
Mataji.
qualifications is needed to take up the bhakti process. So
No
it's just when you
qualification
come
is
in
needed.
contact with when you come
For
in
Vaidhi
contact with the
Sadhana Bhakti.
devotee, his faith. His faith, Mataji. His
You
faith
should
in the
have
devotional
faith in
process should
Shastra
be
and
there.
everything.
Okay, then let me share my screen. Here you all are getting mixed up. Where is my Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Wait, first I have to open it.
Madhaji, I think there are two things like when I was telling, one is to start, the other is to advance. Maybe you're asking the one to advance.
So who is qualified? What is the qualification for Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti?
डिवोशनल सर्विस
अरे डिवोशनल सर्विस के लिए ही तो पूछ रही हूँ
No,
क्वालिफिकेशन
there
क्या
is
है?
Basic
absolutely
faith.
no qualification criteria per se for devotional service.
What is the
Mataji.
eligibility? What is the
अपनी सारी
eligibility?
इंद्रिया को
Just that he
भगवान के
has to have
शरण
the
में चरण
sufficient
कम में लगाना
sukruti to take up
Are
to
you-
service.
See, I don't have millions of years. I wish I could have millions of years.
Sorry, Mataji.
Okay, let me share my screen. I think
remembering what
either I'm not able to express the question properly or you're not able to answer. Anyway, this is the screen. I hope you all are able to see. This is the eligibility of the candidate for accepting devotional service. Tatra adhikari. Who is the adhikari? ये केनापि अतिभाग्येन जात श्रद्धोस्य सेवने नातक्सक्तो न वैराग्य भाग अश्यम अधिकारी असौ. So who is this adhikari? Three things being mentioned. Kena kenapi, anyone who is ati bhagyena, who has this greatest fortune of accepting this bhakti lata beej. And this arises from where? This arises from the association of devotees. So somebody who is practicing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is not practicing because of this Janma only. It is by the impressions that one is carrying from the previous lives arising from the association of devotees. Just like Chaitanya Charitamrita also says, Brahmande Brahmite Kauna Bhagyavane Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. You have to be a Bhagyavan. You have to be, therefore he says, Yeh kenapi ati bhagyena. Then jata shraddhyo sasevane. He should have faith, that shastric faith, the faith in the service of the Lord that is needed. And that person, how that person should be, na ati sakto. He should not be too much, not too attached. Na vairagya. Neither he should be too much detached. So balance should be there. Neither too attached, neither too detached. A person who is in bhoga. Remember in the very first we discussed about bhog and tyag, that how we are oscillating between this bhog and tyag. So anyone who is too much into bhog, into too much of attachment, that person is not eligible, not qualified to enter into Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, because that person will continuously think about the gain, about that, okay, I want material things, I want material possessions. That continuous thought process will be there because he's too much attached. That person is not eligible. Now somebody who's totally vairagi, doesn't have, just say neti, 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 I don't want this, I don't want this. Say neti, neti, then they also go to the level of Jnana Marg. They are also not eligible for Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. So Rupa Goswami specifically says, Na atisakto na vairagya bhag. Then Ashayam Adhikari Asau is qualified for Vaidi Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so this is the eligibility for entering into Vaidi Sadhana Bhakti. Then we discussed about the 3 types of adhikaris. What are the 3 adhikaris? Yes, Sunil.
Uttama, Madhyama, and Kanishta.
Very good. We discussed about Uttam Adhikari, then we discussed about Madhyam Adhikari and then Kanishta Adhikari. So Uttam Adhikari has a perfect first-class devotee, has complete faith in the Shastras. His Shastri Shraddha is very, very strong. He is very conversant with the scripture, with the logic, and has deep, firm, and conviction. That person is a Uttam Adhikari in Vaidi Sadhana Bhakti. We are just talking about Vaidi Sadhana Bhakti. We have not touched upon Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Then who is the second class devotee? That devotee is not fully conversant in the scriptures and may have faith. It's not that he doesn't have faith, but he is not able to converse properly or not able to fight or present his own conviction 100%, but has lot of Shastri Shraddha and he has lot of Shastra Shraddha and faith in the scriptures and of course in Krishna. But then we have Kanishta Adhikari who has the weak faith, cannot fight with anybody, cannot present his own logic and sees Krishna only in the deities. He doesn't see outside. So that was discussed that these are the qualities of Uttama Bhakti, Madhyama Adhikari and Kanishta Adhikari, not Bhakti. Sorry. And then we discussed about Krishna says that there are 4 kinds of Sukritinas, Arthartharti, Jignasu and Jnani. What is who is considered to be the epitome of person who is actually Artha, who in a Artha Bhav approached the Supreme Lord? Who is considered?
Gajendra.
Gajendra. And for Artharthi, we have the example of?
Draupadi also. Draupadi.
Yeah, Draupadi also, but yeah, for Artharthi, Dhruva. So Artha means in a very distressed, helpless condition, one who calls out. Of course, we have Draupadi Devi, but normally the example is given of, actually Rupa Goswami gives the example of Gajendra. And then for Artharthi means for the money seekers, for the wealth seekers, we have Dhruva Maharaj, who was not a pure devotee. He went to get a kingdom greater than that of his great grandfather. So father was Uttanpad, grandfather was Swayambhu Manu, great grandfather is Brahma. He wants the kingdom greater than that of his great grandfather. So, but later when Krishna came and touched his conch, then Dhruva understood that I have been longing for these broken pieces of glasses. This is not what I was looking for. So these are all Sakam Bhaktas. They have some kamana. And for Jignasu, we have whom?
Shonaka.
4 Kumaras.
Shonaka.
No, he's right. For Jignasu, for those who are inquisitive, we have sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunaka Rishi. But it's not only Shaunaka, but it's all the sages of Naimisharanya. And finally, Jnanis, we have, Vasundhara Mataji already said, 4 Kumaras. They are considered the example of Jnani Bhakta. Okay. Then, I think so you all discussed this also about this, how devotional service, if somebody wants bhakti, then they have to reject bhukti and they have to reject mukti. So that was also shared. I can again share my screen. Yeah, this is all about the devotional service. We talked about, okay. 22. Yeah, here it is. Bhukti mukti spriha yavat pishachi hridi vartate tavat bhukti sukhasyatra katham abhyudayo bhavet. So this also is being very nicely explained by Srila Rupa Goswami, that how bhukti and mukti, they are considered to be the great witches. So just on a sideline, I would like to say something about this verse. When Srila Rupa Goswami was writing this verse, Jiva Goswami was fanning him. Okay. And there was one great Pandit who came to Sri Vrindavan Dham, and Srila Rupa Goswami was writing this verse. He was composing, because some verses in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami himself composed, and some he took from different literatures and compiled it in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So this verse he was composing, and he wrote this verse, and that great Digvijay Pandit who came to Sri Vrindavan Dham, he was asking Rupa Goswami that what are you writing? And Rupa Goswami showed this verse, Bhukti mukti spriha yavat pishachi hridi vartate tavat bhukti sukhsyatra katham abhyudaya bhavet. And as soon as he read this verse, he said, no, there is something wrong in this verse. And no, you should not compare bhukti and mukti to be the witches. Pishachi, he said, they are the pishachi, they are the two witches which are there in, which is considered bhukti and mukti. They are considered, bhukti is the sense enjoyment and mukti is liberation. They are considered to be the pishachi. So tavat bhakti sukhastra. So if somebody wants happiness in bhakti, how can that happiness arise? Katham abhyudaya bhavet. Abhyudaya means to arise. So how can that happiness of bhakti can arise if somebody is haunted by these two witches? So naturally we know that if somebody is haunted by some ghost, then the person doesn't behave properly. So Rupa Goswami says that if somebody is haunted by these two witches, that is bhukti and mukti, then there is no chance that the person can get any happiness or bhakti can arise in their heart, and that person can get happiness. So this way, he said, no, how can you compare bhukti and mukti? Okay, bhukti is still I can think of, but how can you compare mukti? Because it is something which is aspired by the jnanis. And how can you compare mukti as a witch? So this is wrong. And Rupa Goswami said, okay, let me think and I'll correct the words. I'll do the needful. And then they did pranams, and then Digvijay Pandit left. Now Srila Jiva Goswami knows that my master, he's actually his father's elder brother. Anupama's brother was Rupa Goswami. So, and Anupama is the father of Jiva Goswami. So he said, how come my uncle has been defeated? He accepted the defeat from this Digvijay Pandit. So he went to the river Yamuna, banks of the river Yamuna in Vrindavan. And then he called upon him. He said, how can you tell to my uncle about this, that he has written something wrong? And then Jiva Goswami corrected him. Jiva Goswami said that no, actually you are wrong. You read the verse properly. He didn't said bhakti and bhukti and mukti are considered to be the witches. He said bhukti mukti spriha yavat. Anybody who has the desire for bhukti and mukti, that desire is considered to be the witch. And that Digvijay Pandit was totally bewildered. And he said, totally speechless. He said, I cannot fight with you. You are such a great scholar. And you rightly pointed out that actually bhukti and mukti, Rupa Goswami is saying they are not the witches, but the desire to have bhukti and mukti are considered to be the pishachi, are considered to be the witches. And then he accepted the defeat and he went straight to Srila Rupa Goswami and he glorified Jiva Goswami and he said, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Whatever you have written is perfect. And please excuse me for my offense. And he left. Later, Jiva Goswami had a good time with Srila Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami said, what did you do? What was the reason for you to go on the banks of river Yamuna and scold him like this? It's okay. Whatever his thought process was, it's okay. Don't make Vrindavan another Kashi, another Varanasi, where people fight for little things and they have a big scholar scriptural debate. Don't make Vrindavan Varanasi. What did you do? And he told Jiva Goswami that if this is going to be continue to be your behavior, I cannot handle it anymore, and better you leave Vrindavan and go. And Jiva Goswami left. He has to go, he has to follow the orders of Srila Rupa Goswami, and he left. And he was on the outskirts of Vrindavan, and later Sanatan Goswami came to know. He came back to Srila Rupa Goswami and said that, see, Jiva has already suffered a lot. He has done his prayashchitta, enough of it, and this is not, you can throw him out of Vrindavan, you should call him back. And Srila Rupa Goswami called him back and gave him some instructions. So he gave those instructions in the form of 11 verses. And those 11 verses, which were personally instructed by Srila Rupa Goswami to Srila Jiva Goswami, is what we read as Updeshamrita. Right? So these are those 11 verses which were personally instructed by Rupa Goswami to Srila Jiva Goswami. And finally, they both stayed in Vrindavan, and Jiva Goswami did his further services of fanning Srila Rupa Goswami when Rupa Goswami was writing this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So this was just a side note. Anyway, so the point is that how bhukti and mukti, right? They are the desire to get this bhukti and mukti are the witches, and which becomes an impediment for someone who wants to get absorbed in Krishna's service. And in this regard, we have few verses. I can just show you a few verses because this is where actually our chapter 4 starts. Yeah, today's verse, that how devotional service even surpasses all liberation. Bhukti, it surpasses all mukti also, right? And this is the verse. We'll not go through all the verses. What I will do is, instead of reading this, because this is a great verses, I'll just share the waves of devotion that we have been doing so that we are on the right. We don't do anything in detail because this is not a detailed study. So this is chapter number 4. Okay, this is we did Adhikari and then Kanishta, liberation. So liberation also comes automatically when someone does it. And the staunch devotee, they reject bhukti and mukti. So there we ended 3rd chapter, and in continuation it says devotional service surpasses all kind of liberation also. And in this regard, there are many verses actually that have been quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And those verses are actually from the very first canto to 12th canto, where they have been described that how the devotees, they feel that no, we don't want any kind of liberation. So the very first we know that by Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also prayed to Krishna, Na dhanam, na janam. What is that verse? Anybody remembers?
Na
Na
dhanam,
dhanam,
na
Na
janam,
janam
na
na sundarim
sundarim,
Kavitam
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 mama
Jagadeeshakami.
jagadisha
Mama
kami, na
Janmani
mama janmani
Janmanishware
janmanishware
Bhavatat
janmanishware
Bhakti
bhavatat
Radhikatu
bhakti rahituki
Kitwai.
tvai.
Very good, you all remembered. So, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. So, we don't want, he doesn't want wealth, he doesn't want any kind of big parentage, high birth, and na sundarim, neither any woman. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagad isha kamaye. Kamaye means that desire. I don't want any desire for having the number of followers. So this is also happens in bhakti. Actually, it happens. We can get rid of all the anarthas. We can get rid of kama, krodha, lobha, moh, matsarya, All these can go. But when somebody advances in bhakti, then in Madhurya Kadambini it has been described that when one reaches to the level of bhakti, then people start thinking that, oh, you are such a great devotee, and then you have increased number of followers. And that's what the time is. The Cupid who is standing is that, okay, you are rejecting the woman, you are rejecting wealth, you are rejecting high parentage. Don't worry, I'm still there. And he shoots an arrow of number of followers. And there you get number of followers and you start thinking, well, now I am a well-known speaker. I have some position in the temple, and now you started owning people. You feel like that, though, these are all my juniors. They should listen to me. I am someone in the temple, such kind of feelings that comes. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strict and he said, I don't want any happiness in the shape of many followers also. Forget about this wealth or high parentage or beautiful wife. This is, we can still, fight. We can say no to it. But when it comes to different followers, your fan following is increasing and people start recognizing you. And whenever you go to some places, they say, oh, wow, we know you, we have seen you. You feel something in your heart. And at that time, Cupid, Kama, he's standing, Kamadev is standing and said, yeah, I know I've captured you now. So we have to be very, very careful. So the pure devotee doesn't want any liberation. But that devotee just say neti, neti, neti to everything? No. Then Mahaprabhu says, even if I take many births, but my only prayer is to you is that I want your unflinching faith. So that is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. And even Shri Bilva Mangal Thakur, he also says that if I am engaged in devotional service unto you, I don't know whether you will be able to see the screen. Shall I show you the normal verses? We can just skip through because this has only half a page and you'll not get the taste of it. So I'll share the full version of it, but I cannot go through all the verses, but we'll just see how much ever we can cover. Okay, so because then you'll get the taste of those verses also. Yeah, devotional service surpasses, yeah. Actually, in the previous only, Shri Bilva Mangal Thakur, he says this. It's a very beautiful verse. Yeah. 24. Yeah. Shri Bilva Mangal Thakur says, if I am engaged in devotional service unto you, my dear Lord, then very easily I can perceive your presence everywhere. And as far as liberation is concerned, I think liberation stands at my door in folded hands, waiting to serve me. So this is how the devotee feels, that Mukti is standing at the door with Kritanjali, doing this folded hands, that please, I am here to serve you, engage me into your service. But the devotee knows that I don't want any kind of mukti, forget about bhukti, I don't want anything. And that person is only interested that he is able to serve the Supreme Lord. So then, even our Kapiladev, he says, very beautiful words again. Salokya shashti samipya sarupya katvam diyamanam na grihnanti vinamat sevanam jana. So Kapila Dev is also telling to Mother Devahuti that all these kind of different 5 kind of muktis, Salokya, getting the same loka as that of the Supreme Lord, Sarshti, getting the same opulence, Samipya, staying in the same, near, in the vicinity, near to the Supreme Lord, Sarupya, getting the same form as that of the Supreme Lord, means 4-handed form. and Ekatvam, that is Sayujya Mukti, merging with the Supreme Lord. These five, Kapila Dev is telling that, my dear mother, those who are engaged in devotional service, they get all this. Diyamanam, I give. Krishna himself personally gives all these kind of muktis. Nagrananti, but my devotees, they don't accept any kind of this mukti. If Veena Matsevanam Jana. If they are not able to glorify me, if they are not able to engage in my service, they don't accept any kind of mukti and they just let it go. They say, we don't want. If we have to accept this mukti on the cost of my devotional service to Krishna, I am not going to accept it. So this is how Kapila Dev also says. Now it is in continuation. So we did Bilva Mangal Thakur, we did Kapila Dev from third canto. Now in the fourth canto about Prithu Maharaj, it has been explained that how Prithu Maharaj also rejected, and he says that, my dear Lord, if after taking liberation I have no chance of hearing the glories of your Lordship, glories chanted by your pure devotees from the core of their hearts in the praise of your lotus feet. And if I have no chance for this honey of transcendental bliss, then I shall never ask for liberation. They don't want any liberation. I shall simply always pray unto your Lordship that may you give me millions of tongues, millions of ears, so I can constantly chant and hear your transcendental glories. This is how the devotee prays. And then we have a very beautiful verse from the sixth canto. Fifth canto also, he quotes from Parikshit Maharaj, by Sukadev Goswami. But we'll go to the sixth canto by Shashthe Shri Vritrasuruktav. Our Vritrasur, he says, Nanaka Prishtham na cha parameshtham na sarvabhaumam na rasadhipatyam na yoga siddhi rapunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kangshe. So Vritrasur, who is in the demon body, but he is Chitraketu Maharaj. We know this. And we know that how elevated he is, right? Just because of the curse, he took this body of a demon, but he still has the impression of being a devotee. So he is praying, Nanaka Prishtam, Nacha Parameshtham. I don't want even your Naka Prishtam, the highest planet. I don't want Dhruvaloka. I don't want the top planetary systems. Na sarva bhauma na rasadhipatyam. Neither I want your Swargalok, neither I want your Bhulok, neither I want your Pathal Lok. I don't aspire for this. Na yoga siddhir. I don't want any yogic perfection also. Apunar bhavamva. Neither any planet in this 14 planetary system, I don't want that. Samanjasa tava viraya kankshashe. If any, getting all of this, leaving aside your transcendental service, if I have to give up the transcendental service at your lotus feet and accept any one of this, I reject it. This is how Vritrasur is praying, right? And then when he was cursed by Mother Parvati, then our Lord Shiva uttered this wonderful verse, Narayana para sarve nakutaschana pipyati swarga parvaga narkeshu apitulyartha darshina. He said, Oh, Parvati Devi, yes, you have cursed, my dear Sati, you have cursed, but try to understand that those who are Narayan Paraya, those who are the devotees of Narayan, Nakutaschana Bibhyati, they are never afraid. Swarga, Apavarga, Narakeshu, whether they are being elevated to the higher planetary system or they get liberation from material contamination. Apavarga, Pavarga means to be in that material existence. Apavarga means you are liberated from material contamination. Or if somebody is placed in the Narakeshwar, they are pushed down to the hellish planets. Apitulyartha Darshina, for them it's all the same. Why? Because their consciousness is Krishna Parayana, Narayan Parayana. So for them it doesn't matter. Yes, you have cursed him, go back. He was simply enjoying in this Vidyadhara planet with all the apsaras, and he simply passed one comment and you cursed him to become Vritrasura. Do you think that something will happen to him? His consciousness will still remain the same because he is Narayan Parayana. You are sending him down to the earthly planet to become a demon. It doesn't matter for him. Apitulyartha Darshina. For them, it doesn't. They are not afraid of anything. Why? Because they are always under the shelter of the lotus feet of Narayana. And then we have another verse. Tatra Indrako. Okay, we can skip all these verses and we will go straight to Gajendra Moksha. These are all different devotees who are praying. So we don't have time for reading each and every verse, but each and every verse is a gem itself. So if you want, you can do a detailed study. Now Gajendra is also praying. Ekantino yasya na kanchanartham vanchanti ye vai bhagavat prapanna atyadbhutam taccharitam sumangalam gayanta ananda samudra magna. What Gajendra is saying? My dear Lord, I have no experience of the transcendental bliss derived from your devotional service. So therefore, I have asked you to do some favor. What favor was? So that this crocodile can leave me and help me to come out from the claws of crocodile. But I know that persons who are your pure devotees and serving your lotus feet, by serving the lotus feet of great souls, have become freed from all material desires and are always merged in the ocean of transcendental bliss. As such, they are always satisfied simply by glorifying your auspicious characteristics. For them, there is nothing more else to aspire or pray for. So even Gajendra is saying that I was asking for you kind of a mukti, but I don't want mukti from this claws of crocodile. Now I want another type of mukti, which is Vishesha Rupena, Vimukti, that I should be liberated from this cycle of birth and death. And not only liberated, rather I should be engaged in your service. Right? And then we say, even in the 9th canto, this is also very beautiful verse. Mat sevaya pratitam ye shloka adi chatushayam nichanti sevaya purna kuto jnat kala viplutam. When our Ambrish Maharaj pastime comes and Durvasa Muni, he was running behind and all the 14 planetary system crossed Viraja river, went to Vaikuntha because Sudarshan was chasing him because he committed an offense against Ambarish Maharaj. At that time, our Lord of Vaikuntha, he replies to Durvasa Muni and he says, my pure devotees, they are always satisfied being engaged in devotional service. And therefore, not nichanti sevaya, and therefore they do not aspire even for the Shalokya Adi Chatushtam, means the 5 kind of liberations. They are not interested in it. To be one with me, to achieve residence on my planet, to have my opulence, to possess bodily features, to gain personal association. What is all this? These are 5 different kind of muktis. So when they are not interested, even in this liberated position, you can know how little they care for material opulence or material liberation. So my pure devotees, they don't have desire for mukti and bhukti. Then this same verse that we did, Nanaka Prishtam Nacha Sarva Bhaumam, this verse is repeated in Srimad Bhagavatam by the Nagapatnis. And the Nagapatnis also repeated the same verse by Vritrasura. So these are all different kind of verses. So we will skip all these. They do it as a homework. From Damodar Ashtakam also it says Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksham Vadimva. Satyavat Muni is also praying, I don't want any moksha. Na mokshe graho me sti damodareha. What I want is only your lotus face. Now, in continuation with all this, now our Rupa Goswami, he composed this verse and he says, Atra tyaja yo vikta mukti pancha vidhapi chet shalokya adis tathapi atra bhaktya nati viruddhyate. That no matter if somebody gets this 5 kind of pancha vidhapi mukti, these 5 kind of muktis, starting with shalokya adi, etc., the devotees, they are not at all interested in getting any kind of mukti, because if that mukti, see, sayujya mukti is the only mukti that normally the devotees reject, okay, because that is merging in with the Supreme Lord. So definitely that mukti is not accepted. But the rest 4, they are not against bhakti, to be in the same planet, to be near to the Lord, or to get the same opulence as that of the Lord, or to get the same form as that of the Lord. These 4 muktis, they are not against bhakti. We can, because see, it's a byproduct. If we are engaged in devotional service and in the spiritual world also we have the same service, then naturally we'll be accepting this salokya, samipya, sarshti, all these kind of muktis will be accepted. So it's not against, but the point is that if Krishna comes and does this bet with us, that I am going to give you this mukti, but you will be bereft of my service. Then the devotee says that no, I don't want any kind of mukti. Let me be in this material world forever. I don't want to come out from this samsara chakra if I don't get association of your devotees or the service of your lotus feet. So this is the bet. Devotees are not at all interested. Then he composed this, many other verses actually. So he says, so those who are in the 4 liberated stage may still be going through different stages of existence. In the beginning, they may want the opulence of Krishna, like Dhruva Maharaj, but at the mature stage, the dormant love for Krishna exhibited in Vrindavan becomes prominent in their hearts. As such, the pure devotee never accepts the liberation of Sayujya to become one with the Supreme Lord, though sometimes they may accept as favorable the other 4 liberated states. They are favorable, but still devotees don't hanker for it. Out of many kinds of devotees of the Supreme Lord, one who is attracted to the original form of Lord Shri Krishna in Vrindavan is considered to be the foremost first-class devotee. Such a devotee is never attracted even by the opulences of Vaikuntha. Forget about any kind of bhakti or mukti. They are not even attracted to the opulence of Vaikuntha or even Dwarka, the royal city where Krishna ruled. The classic example is of our Gop Kumar. It comes in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. In the second part of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, the journey of Gop Kumar is being explained. And how Gop Kumar, he went to Vaikuntha, he went to Dwarka, he went to Ayodhya, he went to Mathura. He went to all those planets, but he was not satisfied. Why? Because he wants his own Madan Gopal. He was searching for Madan Gopal. He was searching for the Gopal of Vrindavan. And as soon as he saw him in Golok Vrindavan, he hugged him and he fainted in ecstasy. And even Krishna, he embraced, and he just one sentence, he said, "Where were you? I was looking for you." So even Krishna is waiting for the open arms. With his open arms, he is ready to embrace all of us. He is eagerly waiting. But how many of us are stuck with Ananya Bhakti towards Krishna? That no matter what, my Krishna, Krishna in Vrindavan, is the only my Ishta where I can worship him. So nobody is attracted. He says such a devotee is never attracted by the opulence of Vaikuntha or even Dwarka. The conclusion of Srila Rupa Goswami is that the devotees are always attracted by the pastimes of the Lord in Golok Vrindavan. In Gokul or Vrindavan are the topmost devotees. This Gokul is Bhauma Vrindavan. A devotee who is attached to a particular form of the Lord does not wish to redirect his devotion to other forms. For example, Hanuman, the devotee of Lord Ramachandra, knew that there is no difference between Lord Ramachandra and Lord Narayan. And yet he still wanted to render service only unto Lord Ramachandra. This is due to the specific attraction of a particular devotee. No offense. So there are many, many forms of the Lord, but Krishna is still the original form. Though all of the devotees of the different forms of the Lord are in the same category, still it is said that those who are the devotees of Lord Krishna are the topmost in the list of all devotees, because Krishna is the only avatari. Rest all are avataras. But no offense, if somebody is fixed to their devotion to a particular form of the Lord, then that devotion stays, maybe just in the dasya bhav. Example like how Rupa Goswami gives of Hanuman. So one day, when in Jagannath Puri, Krishna was there, Mother Subhadra was there, and Baladev was there. So Jagannath had a desire to see Hanuman. So he sent his Garuda. He sent, not Garuda, I think so, Sudarshan. He sent Sudarshan. He said, you go and you just quickly go to Kim Purusha Varsha Loka and find Hanuman and tell him that I want to see him. And he immediately went and he saw Hanuman, and he was calling to Hanuman, and Hanuman, "Ah, okay, who are you? I'm Sudarshan. Krishna wants to see you." And Hanuman just turned his deaf ear to what he was saying. And he said, Hanuman, Hanuman, Krishna wants to see you. And again, Hanuman was quiet. And then again, he said in a little louder tone, Hanuman, Krishna wants to see you right now. You should immediately go to Jagannath Puri. And Hanuman didn't say anything. He just, okay, whatever. And then Sudarshan came back and he told everything to Jagannath, that how Hanuman, you are saying that he is your great devotee, he is such an arrogant person. I was calling and telling him Krishna wants to see you, and he didn't even listen to what I was saying. And Jagannath said, oh, actually, you should have not said like that. So what he told Subhadra Devi, can you dress up like Sita? And then he told Baldev, can you dress up like Lakshman? And he dressed like Ramachandra. And he said, hey Sudarshan, now you go again and tell him Lord Ram wants to see you. And Sudarshan, following the instructions of Jagannath, he immediately went and he told Hanuman, Lord Ram wants to see you. Before he could finish his sentence, Hanuman was nowhere to be seen. And he's saying, hey, just now he was sitting here, where he has gone? Anyway, he went back to Jagannath Puri, and what he saw, that Hanuman was paying obeisances to the entire Ram Darbar. Jagannath was in the form of Lord Ramachandra, Baladev took the form of Lakshman, and our Subhadra, though it was just a sister, but for the time being, she took the form of Sita, and our Hanuman was paying obeisances to all three of them. So yes, sometimes the devotees are in their mood, and of course they should accept it as a service. Like our Hanuman, he is a great warrior, and what great service he got in Ramayana. But the same Hanuman in Dwapar Yuga, he was just on the flag of Arjun. Krishna told that you don't need to fight. It's not your yuga. You don't have to fight. Otherwise, if Hanuman would have fought, this entire battlefield of Kurukshetra was, it would have been a great turmoil on that battlefield. And even the Kurukshetra war would have ended in one day. But Krishna said, no, this is not your yoga. You just be there on the flag of Arjun, and whenever needed, you just be a cheer boy, cheer girls, cheer boy. You just do cheering and just give that strength, and be, as an auspicious mark, be on the flag of Arjun. So this was the service given. So these devotees, they are service oriented. And when the service is given, that becomes their life and soul. So therefore Rupa Goswami is saying, Siddhantastha abhedepi shirsha Krishna sarupaya rasanokrishyate Krishna rupam esha rasasthitihi. That one, a devotee who is attached for a particular form of the Lord, does not wish to redirect his devotion to other forms. Hanuman will never develop that I may be in the Madhurya ras with Krishna. That's not his mood. Okay, so they can still be there. But however, he says that Krishna devotees, they are the topmost in all the list of devotees. And this also we get to learn from Brihad Bhagavatamrita only, where our Narad Muni, in the quest of searching for the best devotee, he went to different places. He went to Prayagraj. He saw a Brahmana. That Brahmana directed him to, what do you say, to the king in South India. He directed him to the king in South India, where he was worshipping his Shaligram Shila. And Narad Muni said, "Oh, you are the best devotees." And he said, "No, no, no, what are you talking about? Go to Swargaloka. Indra is there. Indra personally worships Upendra. Go to Indra Lok and go to his lok, and you will find Indra is the best devotee." And when Narad Muni reached Indralok, Indra said, "What are you talking about? Haven't you read Srimad Bhagavatam? I've committed so many offense after offense, and see what devastation I brought in Vrindavan. And still you considered me to be a great devotee. I am not. Go to Brahma. Brahma is the great devotee. Go to your own father. He is the great devotee." And Brahma said, "Don't you?" And Narad Muni went to Brahma Lok. And then Brahma said, "Hey, again you are here telling me that I am a pure devotee. Don't embarrass me, Narada. You are my son. You know Brahma Vimohan Leela, what I did with Krishna. And what blunder I did. I took away his dearmost calves, and his cowherd boys. For an entire 1 year, Krishna was bereft of all these his associates. What I did, and still you consider that I am the best devotee? No, go to Shiva Loka, go to Sadashiv Lok, and you'll find Lord Shiva is there." Narad Muni went to Shiva Loka, and then Shiva Loka told, "No, go to Vaikuntha." And then in Vaikuntha, then Parvati said, "No, no, no, actually you're going to Vaikuntha, but Lakshmi is the best." And then Shiva said, "Oh, Narad Muni, let her say that Lakshmi is the best, but I'll not direct you to Vaikuntha Loka. There is no need. Why don't you go to Sutala Loka? There Prahlad Maharaj is there." And Lord Narsimha Dev personally came for just that 5-year-old boy. Imagine, one incarnation happened just for one person. Just for one 5-year little boy, Lord incarnated as Lord Narsimha Dev. What all mercy Prahlad Maharaj wants. Who else can get that mercy? So he is the best devotee. Go to that Sutala Loka, where Prahlad Maharaj is there. And Narad Muni went, and Prahlad Maharaj said, "Oh, Narad Muni, what are you talking about? Yes, it's right, Krishna appeared as Narsimha Dev for me, but I didn't get any service. I didn't do. He just came, killed my father, and he went away. What service I did? Ultimately, some service has to be done. But I didn't do any service. So why don't you go to Kimpurusha Loka? There Hanuman is there. And what wonderful services he did for Lord Ramachandra." And then Narad Muni, he went to Hanuman, and Hanuman said, "No, no. See, if I would have been a greatest devotee, Lord Ram would have taken me to his Ayodhya Dham. But he left me here on this earth planet. I am not the one. You should go to Pandavas. With Pandavas, Krishna was there. He was eating with them. He was sleeping with them. He became the chariot driver. He became their peace messenger. He was entire night in this Kurukshetra war. He was awake, and he was just protecting the Pandavas. How many services Krishna did? How great Pandavas are. And finally, when Narad Muni went to Pandavas, then Pandava says, "No, no, no, you should go to Yadus, and among Yadus, Uddhava is best." And finally, Uddhava said that I am not the best person. Actually, Krishna sent me to Vrindavan to see, to teach me that I am very much puffed up of my knowledge. No, actually the gopis are the best. So here also our Srila Rupa Goswami, he is also saying the same thing, that there may be many, many forms of the Lord, but Krishna is still the original form. He is avatari, ete cham sakala pamsam, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Though all the devotees of the different forms of the Lord are in the same category, you cannot say that the dasya bhav of Hanuman is somewhere lower. No, they are in the same category. Still, it is said that those who are devotees of Lord Shri Krishna are in the top list of all the devotees. Just like Narad Muni came to know that gopis are the best. So we'll end up here. I know fourth chapter was just some reading of those verses. And now fifth chapter actually gives us the purity of devotional service, that how devotional service doesn't depend upon anything, upon one's birth or any other qualities. So that we will see next Friday. Okay, thank you so much. We'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If you have any quick questions.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Such a wonderful class and such a wonderful stories. All three stories about Gop Kumar and about Hanumanji. And how you just say all story and just you emphasize like that, that oh, the devotee of the Krishna, they are the best. And all the devotees, they don't want any mukti or nothing, no kind of liberation. They just want only the pure devotional service to the Lord. Yeah, Mataji, so many. And you did recap, question, answer, very nice. Recap our, what you say,
Needed,
the
Mataji.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, much needed. Otherwise, we keep forgetting. Kali Yuga memory,
Yeah,
right?
review. Yeah,
Forgetting.
especially me. Yeah, Mataji. Such a wonderful class, Mataji. Yeah, and Mataji, you have time?
Yes, all the time, Mataji.
So, dear devotees, who have any question
Hare
or
Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. First of all, I would like to apologize if I created a lot of confusion about the first question. I was just trying to follow the pattern and ways of devotion, but just want to let you know that yes, uh, Waves of Devotion also mentions devotee association, but it just precedes something which is interest. Just wanted to clarify that if it has created confusion in everyone's hearts. I'm so sorry about it.
No, Mataji. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kirtida Mataji. Fantastic class. And I loved all the verses and the beautiful, beautiful stories that were mentioned with regards to that. And I was thinking about when you said Gokul, and then later about all the rasas when you were talking. I don't know, it's just a comment. I know it's a stupid comment, but silly comment. But it appears that all rasas are important except Vatsalya rasa. So that was the observation.
No, don't think that. All rasas are important. Even that Vatsalya rasa also. Yes, Sunil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dhanatpuram. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful class. Mataji, now we are saying about in NOD, about bhakti and all these things. But I heard about Srila Prabhupada, like he said, if you chant 16 nones, follow for regulatory principles, you will go back to Godhead. And if you catch my dhoti, back dhoti, all this is there. So my question is, should we endeavor or not? Like for pure devotional service?
Of course, we have to endeavor. Without endeavor, there is no mercy at all. If we want to attract mercy of Krishna, our endeavor is the key point to attract Krishna's mercy. How are we going to attract Krishna's mercy? It's only through our endeavor. So our endeavor is the key point. In Damodar Leela also it says, right, 2 fingers short. One finger is our endeavor, another is Krishna's mercy. Both are important, but our endeavor is also important. Again, the example is being given. 2 examples I'll tell you. One, the mundane example that I have already, I don't know, thousands of times I have spoken this, that when you open a bank locker, there's a fixed deposit locker. If you open it, you need two keys. Can you open it with one key? No, you cannot. You need two keys, our key and the bank key. With one key, you cannot open that locker. Similarly, if we want to open the locker of our Krishna Prem, then we need the two keys. One is the mercy of Krishna, another is our own sadhana. Why Rupa Goswami says this Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, all these are needed. Then coming to the level of Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and then reaching to the Prem. Prem is just the till asakti, we have to do our own sadhana. Then comes bhav. When the bhav is transferred from the heart of the spiritual master or somebody who has possessed bhav, it get transferred to our. And then the mercy flows in the form of prema. We don't have to work for bhav and prem. But till asakti, we have to work. That is the sadhana process. We have to do that process. Another example is given that how the baby monkey, how the baby monkey is taken from one place to another. The baby monkey clings on to the mother monkey. The mother monkey doesn't have to do any effort. All the effort is there from the side of baby monkey. If the baby monkey doesn't catch properly, the baby monkey is gone. But another example is given of the cat and kitten. How the cat carries kitten from her own mouth, from the same claws by which she carries rat. But there is a huge difference. But when the cat takes her kitten from one place to another, the kitten doesn't have to do anything. There is no endeavor needed for the kitten side. The entire endeavor is from the mother cat. But our Gaudiya philosophy says that we don't have to follow either one of them, either the cat kitten philosophy or the mother monkey or baby monkey philosophy. Our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is the combination of two, that we have to struggle and put our own effort and endeavor, and then mercy flows from Krishna. So mercy to get the mercy of Krishna, the only thing possible is our endeavor. That's going to attract Krishna's mercy. So we need both. Hope that helps.
Yes, Mataji. And Mataji, you have mentioned that about Hanuman's example. Like, how was his mood? So how do we develop that mood, Mataji? Like, only Mahaprabhu, no one else. Of course, he is Krishna and others. And of course, only
Ananyas
Devi.
chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. That ananya bhav has to come. If time and again, right from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has mentioned so many times that ananyata has to come, that ananya bhav has to come. So you have to find out your own Ishtadev and with the mood that you want to serve your Ishta. And with that ananya bhav, you have to serve him. That no matter what, I have to serve my Krishna. I'm going to be only chaste and loyal to my Krishna. But that doesn't mean we show disrespect to other demigods or to other personalities. But my chastity is towards Krishna. Prabhupada normally gives this example that how a wife, when the girl, when she is married, she comes to her in-laws' family. So she is very chaste to her husband. Her relationship with her husband is very different. But that doesn't mean that she neglects her brother-in-law or sister-in-law. And that also doesn't mean that the relationship she has with her husband, she'll develop the same relationship with her brother-in-law also. She will not. That will break his chastity. So she will see everybody else in relation to her own husband. She'll respect everybody, but she'll be chaste only to her husband. So this is how we have to be. We have to respect all the sampradayas. We have to respect all the saints, but we have to be chaste to Srila Prabhupada. We have to be chaste to our Gaudiya Sampradaya. And we have to be chaste to our Ishta, to Mahaprabhu, to Krishna. This is how we have to develop.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. Mataji, just last question, Mataji, like if other devotees don't know about his NOD philosophy, like Anyavilita Shunyam, no Mukti Bhukti Siddhi, nothing, but they are chanting 16 nones following Prabhupada principle. will they go back to Godhead, or they have to compulsorily follow Anyabhilisham
See,
Karunyam?
even if after knowing these Bhakti Shastras, even after memorizing these Bhakti Shastras, even after diving deep into these Bhakti Shastras, still we cannot claim, we cannot command Krishna that now I am eligible to go home back to Godhead. I am chanting 16 rounds for maybe more than 4 decades, Krishna. I have studied your all the books written by acharyas. I have by-hearted them. And now I think so I am eligible. Krishna says, take a break. So we cannot command. Even after doing this, we may not be with Krishna, or we may not get our desired prayojana, because that is only Krishna's desire. Krishna will give, Krishna will not give. That it's up to Krishna. But our side of endeavor is following the instructions of our spiritual master and doing our best. Like His House Holiness Sachinand Swami Maharaj would always say, while doing your japa, give your best, do your best. Rest, it will happen or not. Your mind will be focused or not. Krishna will bestow his mercy or not. You cannot demand, you cannot command Krishna. The point is, we have to do our best as possible. Give your 100% and then leave it to Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for explaining all the answers. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Praladananda Prabhu, you want to add something?
No, Mata, you did very nice job today of revising Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I just wanted to add little what that's a story you said. How Uddhav says that the gopis are the best. So Narad Muni went to Lord Krishna and says, "How is the gopis are the best? Find out. How do I find out?" So Bhagavan Krishna says, "Go and bring some dust from the feet of my devotee because I have the headache." You know that story, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that story. So that's how it is, that we have to be like in the footsteps of great devotees like Sri Prabhupada, that we don't have any other kind of except exclusive devotion to Lord Sri Krishna, which is sometimes very difficult because we are in material world, especially I am like that, and we have bhukti, mukti, kami, all this kind of thing.
We
But
all
anyway,
are the same boat.
so we are so grateful to Sri Prabhupada for giving his mercy, his divine grace like that. Thank you, Mata. I just wanted to reflect on that. Hari Bol.
Thank you. So when Narad Muni went to the gopis, and all the gopis said, "Oh yeah, but Krishna is having a headache. Okay, they started scraping their feet, and they collected all the dust, and they told to Narad Muni, "Here it is. Go and give it to our Krishna." And Narad Muni said, "Do you know that you will suffer in the hell for ages, for millions of years, if Krishna apply this dust?" And the gopis said that even for a fraction of second, if Krishna gets relief of his headache because of this dust, then we are ready to suffer in the hellish planets for eternity. This is their mood. So, mat prananastu sa eva napara. And no matter what, you will be my unconditional Lord forever, birth after birth. Thank you, Praladananda Prabhu. Yes, Parima Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, what a wonderful class. I cannot wait now till next week. It's too much of separation you give us. It was wonderful, Mataji. I mean, I couldn't believe that 1 hour was done. But Mataji, just one input, at least from what I have heard, that Krishna is Kripa Sadhya, not Sadhana Sadhya. This is what I heard. This terminology I had heard. That
Actually, no. Krishna is not. Krishna is very, very transactional. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. No.
But it is only by his mercy. It's not because of our sadhana he is compelled to come. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. But yes, if we go to Srimati Radharani, she'll even convince Krishna also.
That is so nice. That's true, Mataji.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mahaprabhu is more magnanimous. Mahaprabhu is more magnanimous.
And our Prabhupada is even more magnanimous because I am not even qualified for Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu asked like at least who is chanting 1 lakh names. I am not. Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji, for your wonderful association, and looking forward for next week's class. Danvat pranams to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Praladananda Prabhu, your hand is raised. You want to add something?
I'm sorry, Mata. I didn't lower the hand. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, dear devotees. So we will end up. Let me see. No chat. Okay.
So again, Mataji, thank you so much for this very, very sweet and nectarian class, whatever you give, and whatever Parima Mataji said, so much separation 1 week. Yeah. So we are very, very grateful to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to your services, Mataji. We look forward to your association again in future very soon. So
Yes.
if nobody have any question, and if your permission, can we?
Yes, ma'am.
Vancha
Mataji, beautiful background, Mataji. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya
कृपा
कृपा
सिन्धुभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय पाद की जय श्री रूप
कीर्तिदा सुंदरी
गोस्वामी
माता
जी
जी
की जय
की
कीर्तिदा सुंदरी देवीदासी माता जी
Thank you,
की
Mataji.
जय
Hare Krishna.
जय जय थैंक यू माता जी हरे
Krishna, thank you,
कृष्णा
Mataji.